Howdy YouTube, my name's Ethanra, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. So, I have a pretty important announcement. Well, important to me, but first, let me check something right quick. Wow, yeah, I forgot all about that. Okay, yep, events. Okay, good, he is here. I was making sure I had the right time. Alright, so, since he's here, I'll go ahead and start explaining. So, first things first, I apologize that video I made this morning, really, was so long. I didn't mean for it to be. But it was so long because I was failing hardcore with some of those challenges. And I am very disappointed in myself that I couldn't get it all into one video because I really wanted to. Because there was really no reason for it to be two. I could have easily done it in one if I had just caught on to the portal part earlier. The ones where it was like warping me around. If I had caught on earlier to that challenge, I guarantee you I could have gotten them all into one video because that's what wasted the most time. Sorry, getting distracted all over again. But yeah, back to the portal thing. I kind of realized it, but I didn't know for a fact until it was, of course, too late. The first time I did, I didn't think I noticed. It wasn't until, and I didn't bother to look, but let's just say there's 3 of those. I didn't notice until the second one. I was like, wait a minute, is it pointing me towards the boss? But at the same time, I was like, well, maybe it's just pointing me there because the game can't or won't point to all the other portals at the same time. It's just in general saying the boss is in one of these because, you know, it's like obviously something like that. I didn't know it literally meant the boss is this way. I didn't think of that. Or again, that was just a random number. It could have been 4 portal challenges. Let's just say I noticed it between the second and third one. I might have noticed it, but I didn't know for a fact until the 4th one when I actually tried it. But again, that was just a random number. My point is, I didn't notice until midway through that it was literally pointing me towards the boss. And I'm so mad at myself. I did not notice that sooner. I'm hoping the rest of you had an easier time than I did. And again, I apologize for making that video longer than it needed to be. And on that note, for any aspiring YouTubers out there or YouTubers who already have long videos and think you should apologize for it, unless you're like me, you really shouldn't be. I actually like long videos. It's just my problem with the long video is A, I couldn't fit it all into one when I easily could have, and B, most of it was just filled with fluff of complete rambling, worse than normal, and again, failing that portal challenge. That's what makes me disappointed in the long video. I'm not disappointed that it's long in of itself. I'm disappointed of how much time was wasted in making it as long as it was. But anyway, getting back on topic. Don't feel bad if you make long videos. And another thing is, if you have a favorite YouTuber, don't get mad at them for having long videos. Something that has always annoyed me, grinded my gears, if you will, is when people complain that a YouTuber's video is too long. And they're not like me. They don't just ramble. They're actually funny, or the videos they make are actually interesting. You know, it's actually good stuff. But they complain about it being too long. And the first thing I think about is, what are you complaining about that the video is long? How much sense does that make when, first off, you see how long the video is? Chances are you're subscribed to them because you like the content they make. So you should be glad the video is long. And the reason why they complain is because it's like, majority of the reason why is because they have such a short attention span. So do I, but I'm actually making the videos, so consider that for a second. And then second to that, in retrospect, maybe you do have a right to complain that the videos are too long. I mean, it's a shame we don't live in a world where this just magic button that, I don't know, freezes time in the video to where you can just come back and pick it up and watch it off from where you had I don't know. Let's call it pausing. Let's call it that, where you pause the video, no matter where it is, so you can pick it up whenever you like. You know, unfortunately we don't live in a world like that, or where you can write down the number of the last part of the video you saw. Like, say for example, the video is like mine, 34 minutes and I believe 35 seconds long, the first one, and you get to like 11:20, write that down, and then when you come back, just resume right there. Or for whatever reason you can't write it down, you're telling me the device you're watching it off of, you don't have like a notebook app or system or something you can punch that into to keep it? I guess not. Maybe that's why people complain. There is no such thing as this pause button or writing it down or anything like that. So who knows? Maybe their complaints are warranted. And for those of you who were didn't quite catch on, yes, that was sarcasm. I'm actually quite sarcastic in real life, but I just had to get that off of my chest because that's just so annoying. That's nothing really worth complaining about, except mine. You can complain about mine because, again, mine was long for no reason. It wasn't like I was just cranking out funny joke after funny joke and everything I said was just so insightful and deep and charming. You know, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like watching a long play and then complaining that the long play is too long. See what I mean? But on that note, I actually do like long plays. I watch them more than actual TV, in fact. And the little sarcasm I did earlier, I actually do that. Like, say, for example, I'm watching a long play of, I don't know, Resident Evil Remake, okay? And I get to like 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever. I just pause the video and leave it. I don't even have to pause it sometimes. I can just close the video completely, and then when I come back, it'll be roughly around the part I left on at, so there's nothing to complain about being long. As a matter of fact, it's worse to me when the video is short, because when it's short, you have to either manually select it, the next one I mean, or you have to wait for the timer to run out before the next one will play. That, to me, is worse than it being a long play, but at the same time, I have nothing against videos that are broken up like that. I don't complain about them like that. I'm just saying, if I had to choose between a 15-part walkthrough and a single long play, chances are I'm going to pick the long play. But of course, that varies from YouTuber to YouTuber, because some of them actually do nothing but long plays, and some of them actually have their walkthroughs broken up into parts, which is still fine either way. I'm not complaining about either one. I'm just defending my reason on why I don't like when people complain about a video being too long when the video is actually entertaining. If it's like mine, by all means, complain till you're blue in the face. But when the video is actually entertaining, when they have like a customized thumbnail and they actually add in like funny clips of other things to get their point across or whatever, to me that's funny. But I can't do that, and I ramble, and it was unnecessarily long. So you can hate mine as much as you want, but when those other people who have actual talent are trying to make their videos more entertaining and convenient for you, and all you do is complain, and the easiest thing you have to do is just pause the video, write it down even, and you don't, that's inexcusable. And oh man, I'm getting off on a tangent here. The good news I wanted to share with you all is I want to thank you all. I know that's kind of a kind of reverse thing. It might have sounded like I was slapping you in the face and then like, well, you know, thanks for being so cool and all. No. First off, I don't hate you if you're that type of person. I'm just saying I don't get why you complain when it makes no sense. Second is, for those of you who aren't like that and have been supporting me since day one, Eternia, I want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you, because I, ironically enough, reached my goal today. My goal of 10 subscribers. I would love to have some fanfare or something like, I don't know, one of those little birthday horns you can blow into. But like I said, I can't edit my videos, so as much as I would love to edit that in, I can't. So you'll have to use your imagination for me. But yeah, I actually reached 10 subscribers today. I was going to do it later, but I said, nah, it'd be most appropriate to do it today. I was just waiting for this thing to show up so that I'd be able to, you know, talk and show you guys something, because I don't want, because again, even though my video is long, I don't want to just sit in one spot and just be like, you know what, guys, I need to tell you something for the next 20 minutes. I'd rather be doing something while I'm talking to you. So even then, I try to make it easier on all of you. But back to the main point before I forget. So yeah, another ironic thing I want to point out, though, is about the Luxor challenge. In addition to me having a particularly hard time because luck itself is my arch enemy, I wonder if they like did that on purpose, where it would end up being Luxor on Friday the 13th. You know, like this day is usually associated with being unlucky. Sometimes it'll even be a step above that and be straight up evil. And Luxor being all about luck, his event being on the same day as bad luck. I think that's kind of funny. It almost seems too coincidental. But yeah, even more funny than that. Well, I guess not, because you know my luck. So, of course, when Luxor shows up, and essentially his whole luck mechanic is my arch enemy, and the day is Friday the 13th, you already know I'm in for a bad time. I didn't even notice it was Friday the 13th until, you know, I looked at my phone and saw what the day was. I was like, all right, well, at least my misfortune wasn't magnified by the date. Like, say, for example, I record the best Luxor event video you ever seen or will never see, and just because of combination of my bad luck and the date, it caused my phone to implode upon itself or some such thing. So there's that. I am grateful that didn't happen. My luck didn't get that bad. But I am not surprised that it was Friday the 13th, already unlucky, and then my video ended up being a rambling mess and ended up being longer than I wanted it to be, and unnecessarily so. Like the part where, and it's kind of, here's another ironic part that just makes it all the more worse, and Friday the 13th just being a kick in the face, is that I tried to make the video as perfect as possible. That's why I'm grateful for you all for sticking with me, because again, for the umpteenth time, I can't edit my videos. Either I have to start over a dozen times, or whatever mistakes are in that video, I have to roll with it and post them anyway. But with Luxor, his event, I knew his event was coming up. I didn't do it yet. I've never done it, as a matter of fact. But I knew his event was coming up. Remember earlier when I said in about 2 days, blah, 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 this is going to happen? I was referring to his event. So even then, I was planning on what I'm going to do. And when the day actually came, I tried to make it as perfect as possible. Like, I remembered to turn off my notifications. I try to make sure that the start of the video was as, I don't know, clever, I guess I could say, as possible. Because I doubt it made anyone laugh. I was just trying to be clever and make references. But, yeah, and then, of course, you know, one of the other things that slowed me down was the fact that I didn't clear out all those medals from when I did Union Cross. So that, of course, slowed me down. And to add more irony to the whole Friday 13th bad luck thing, when I was doing the first Luxor video and I was going through my medals to infuse them, I was like, ah, don't look. I was planning on making a different video showing you guys medals later. Don't look. Of course, the second video would have a thumbnail, which I have no control over, by the way. I cannot make my own thumbnails. Of course, the second video's thumbnail would be of my medals. So that's all the more reason why I'm angry I couldn't get them both into the same video. On the bright side, at least those medals weren't like game-changing or all that unique, but still bugs me. But to get back on the main point, thank you all for all the support, for watching my videos. Like, you don't have to go screaming from the tallest rooftops to go watch Ethanra's videos, because they're just oh so good, because we both know that's not true. But I'm just a simple man with simple goals. All I want to do is make videos for my friends and anyone who cares enough to enjoy them. I don't plan on, I say plan, to be more accurate, I don't expect to be as popular as Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, those kind of people. Which is kind of funny, because I've noticed in a lot of ways, getting off topic again, Jacksepticeye originally was a person who watched YouTube. And then over time, he became famous enough to where he's on par with Markiplier, and in some ways even more popular than him. And Markiplier was one of his favorite YouTubers, and like I just said, in some ways he's more popular than him. So I thought that's really interesting. Now you talk about an underdog kind of story. Jax would be like that, or more accurately, rags to riches. Jacksepticeye. That's a story for you. But yeah, sorry again for that video being as long as it was. I am definitely going to be better with it in the future. Marluxia's event is next month, and him being my favorite Kingdom Hearts, well, not character, but Organization 13 character, Marluxia being my favorite, obviously I'm going to try to make that video as perfect as possible. I'm going to remember to turn off my notifications. I'm going to go through my dang medals, make sure I'm not one medal off from being at the cap. I'll try to think in advance of some things I want to say so I don't be rambling like I just was. You know, I'm going to try to make that video as close to perfection as it can be, because I would hate to make the entire video, because the thing with Luxord is, even when I noticed I started failing, I really couldn't afford to start over, because I had already done an X amount of his events, and I didn't want to lose the entire recording and then come back and be like, hey guys, thanks for coming back. So I've done 5 out of the 13 Luxord events, and I'm sorry, you guys will never know what went down in them. I didn't want to do you all like that. In some cases I might be like, say for example, in a Union Cross, I might be like, I tried to get this and this to happen, but blah blah blah. If it's a Union Cross, that's different, because it's just Union Cross. But when it's something like an event or a challenge or a gauntlet, I want you all to see everything that happened. So when Marluxia's event comes around, I promise it'll be better. It'll be better than Luxord's challenge. I don't want to use a script. Not that I have anything against people using a script, but I might need to do it just so I can have topics, or at the very least, I need to have bullet points. Like, okay, don't screw up your intro. Done. Okay. Talk about Marluxia. Got it. You know, something like that to at least help me stay focused. And look at that, leveling up. I'm gonna do one more, just enough to start it, then let my party know that a level 5 is up. Because we are all about teamwork here. Or at least I am. I try to be. So one more time. Okay, I'm gonna have to speed this up a bit because I don't want this to end up being another 30-minute video. I already feel like it's going around 15 or 20. So come on, let's go. Alright, so what I normally do is I stun him. Like, I go ahead and do... You know what? I'll do it anyway, just so we can see Skull do his little barking attack, because that's pretty cute. But yeah, once my turns are up, I'll let my party know that he's up. And then I'll end the video, of course. But yeah, that's mostly all I wanted. Oop. Yeah, that's a little too much. But that's all I really wanted to talk about in the video was... apologizing for the long and miscellaneous video. Oh, hold on. Look at him. That's so cute. Apologize for the long video, and thank you all for helping me reach my goal, 10 subscribers. Like I said, that's nothing to anyone, really, but it means a lot to me. Because I was surprised when I got 2. I didn't think I'd get any more than Eternia, who was my first subscriber, by the way. Sick 'em, Skull. Yeah. Then one more stab. Then we do it all over again. Oh. Then last time. Sick him. Good boy. But yeah, Eternia was my first subscriber, and I know for a fact if it was not for her that I wouldn't have gotten as far as I have. Get him. And you know, of course, I actually want this video to be over. And of course, second chance would kick in then, right? But rest assured, I will brutalize him off camera. It's just I don't want to make this video like the other one. At least this one's a bit more on topic, but be that as it may, I don't want to make it unnecessarily long. So there's that. Level 5 up. Exclamation point. Alright, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for subscribing, even though I never asked for you to, because I already told you I won't do that. So that makes it all the more appreciated that you did it of your own free will without me saying anything about it. Very grateful. Help me reach my goal on the unluckiest day in the year, though. That's interesting, considering, again, luck being my arch enemy, and then Friday the 13th. So that's pretty unique. But I reached my goal today. Appreciate that. And I will try to do better in the future with my ramblings and staying on topic and be actually entertaining. But this video's getting too long. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the subs, and I will see you around.